Hello again, everybody. Barry Hyatt here in Scottsville with my good friend Janet Johnson at the University of Kentucky Extension Office.
Yes.
Go Cats, right?
Go Cats. I know you're excited about football.
I am.
I would love to be excited about football. We're going to see, Barry, but
well, we have to keep our fingers crossed these years, don't we?
We do. But yes, we are moving into full summer mode,
We are,
and it will not be long until school starts on the high school, and even people going back to campus on the college level.
Oh, most certainly, most certainly.
And of course, with busy times like we're in with summer, we want to again introduce a new supper idea. Now, we did that last month. We want to do that this month. And once again, we're using chicken, but we are going to the farmer's market and we are looking at what's available. And we're coming up with a great skillet dinner that could easily be baked if you want to do that. This is just a kind of a stovetop meal. And I'll kind of talk about some variations that you could do too, because we have lots of great recipes for zucchini here at your extension offices here in Kentucky. And for our Tennessee fans, we would love to have you come over and we'd be glad to share those with you too.
There you go.
Absolutely.
We are equal opportunity right here, aren't we?
Absolutely. We love being on the Tennessee-Kentucky line, and we'll share.
It's awesome. Two states.
It is awesome.
And two
That's
counties,
right.
and it's good stuff.
Yes, we like friends on both sides, and that'd be great. So here's what we're starting with. Now, what we've done, Barry, is I've taken about 1 1/4 pounds of chicken breast, and I've just cut those in little pieces. And you can see that before everyone joined us today, I went ahead and just sprayed with a cooking spray. You don't have to add a lot of fat to this, and all we've done is brown those. Now, I will tell you, this recipe is salt and pepper to taste. So I've sprinkled just a little bit of seasoned salt, one of my favorites to actually cook with, just a little with the chicken to add a little flavor there. And then later on, we're going to add some seasoned pepper. You can use plain old salt and pepper if you like. Doesn't
I was just
matter.
going to say with the spatula there a moment ago, adding that spray definitely helps, doesn't it? Because it's just very smooth right now.
Absolutely. It adds the ability to brown your chicken very nicely without adding a lot of calories, and that's what's important.
And without burning it too, right?
Absolutely. Great. So now, before everyone joined us today, I've done two things. I have actually cooked a cup of uncooked whole wheat pasta. Now, you can buy whole wheat pasta in all types of brands and shapes and sizes. Yes. But I encourage you to try whole wheat versus regular because you get 6 grams of fiber in a serving versus 2.
Wow. So 3 times as much.
Yeah, and it's got a great nutty flavor, and it mixes in, and it's the same price, so give it a try.
Sure.
That's right. Now, some stores will have more shapes in whole wheat than others. So just use what you have. But this is a penne pasta. Again, any shape would be great. But so I've done that, and we've cooked a cup of that, which of course adds some volume. So you're going to get about 1 1/2 to 2 cups of pasta to add. So you can do more or less. I like more vegetables and chicken than pasta. If you want to extend this for a larger group, just add more pasta. And you know, these main dishes for summer, be they salads or skillet dishes like we're doing here, the addition of pasta is a great extender, but it's a great thing to try different types with. I'm seeing a lot of recipes out there using these combinations.
Good deal.
Now, what we've done, here we go with the garden vegetables that you're going to get from your garden or your farmer's market or your roadside market. We're going to start with squash, summer squash. And Barry, you know that summer squash can be yellow or they can be green.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. And some people call those yellow crook neck squash because in many cases they have a crook in the neck. Some don't though. And we have zucchini. Those are all summer squash that we have. And so we're going to use a combination of 3 summer squash. And you can see that I have various colors here. I did some zucchini and I did some yellow. And we're going to cut those crosswise into about 1/4 of an inch piece. And just cut those up, and those go really fast. Now, I picked up 2 large tomatoes, too, at the farmer's market. And I wanted them to have a little bit of juice. So, again, if you like Romas that are meatier, you need to add more tomato, So you'd probably do at least 4 to 6 Romas, 2 large tomatoes like your big boys or big girls or better boys, all of those that you like. Then I did a sweet onion, and that in the South is a Vidalia onion, right?
Of course,
yes, from Georgia. So I did one of those, just chop, and all of these are chopped. Now, the recipe that people may see on the website may indicate that it says diced. I tend to leave these pieces a little bigger because I want kind of a chunky skillet dinner. So it's up to you, but I tend to do that, and it doesn't take as much chopping time.
Okay.
You know, with a little larger piece, not
There you go.
real big, but a larger piece.
And that's a lot of fruit right there. That's a big.
Oh yeah, look at
vegetables,
that.
I should say.
We
Lot
have
of big bowl.
3 summer squash,
Okay.
1 Vidalia onion, and depending on the size, you know, you'll get more. And then I did 2 large tomatoes, and I also did some peppers. Now, to shake it up a little bit, I did a sweeter pepper, which is going to be a red or orange color.
Right.
But I also did some banana peppers, which have a different shape. You can do rings, or you can chop them, as we did. And they too have a sweet flavor, it's just a little variation. So any
Right.
of your sweet peppers,
Okay.
no matter if they're red or green, you could even use green ones if you like, they're just not as sweet
Okay.
with that. So I did, again, the recipe will call for a yellow pepper and a red pepper because of the sweetness factor. So you choose. So I did a,
I'm gonna go with the red. That's just me.
well, I did a red and I did some banana peppers just to try something
There you
different.
go.
So you'll see those different colors in there. So that's the vegetable mixture along with 3 cloves of minced garlic.
Okay.
And you just chop those and put those in a bowl and put your garlic in there, and you just kind of let those sit there while you're browning the chicken.
Yes.
So that's what I've done ahead of time. I've cooked the pasta, I've cut the vegetables and kind of put them in a bowl with the garlic, and I have cooked the chicken to get us to this point.
Right.
And the thing about it, Barry, with the peppers and the onions, you could have those already chopped in your freezer. So I always urge people, while they're chopping, chop extra.
Okay.
Put it in another bag, then you can pull it out for a dish like this.
Sure.
Less time involved. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to let you kind of help me because we're going to simply add, again, these vegetables to the skillet. Now you can see that the size of the vegetable matters. It matters here because it fills your skillet and creates a larger dish. So just be aware of that. And all you're going to be doing is simply mixing the vegetables with your chicken, and then we're going to add the pasta, Barry, and we're going to put a lid on it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think I'll put a little salt and pepper on it, but all we're doing is stirring this up. And everyone knows that when you put a lot of volume of vegetable like this, and it begins to heat up, what you begin to get is steam, and that's going to wilt your vegetables very quickly. You don't want to overcook this recipe, but you want your vegetables to be somewhat tender crisp, if you like that. So we've got the vegetables here. I'm going to stir in the pasta that we previously done. And so all we're doing is creating this one-dish meal. Now, you know, Barry, we have done a segment where we actually used a formula for a one-dish meal.
Okay.
A starch, protein, vegetable. That's what this is. It's very similar. And we stir this in with a few flavor additions. That's the next part too. So I'm going to do just a little bit of salt. And again, if you don't want salt, you don't have to use salt.
Right.
That's up to you. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoned pepper. Now, seasoned pepper simply has some dried sweet pepper flakes to intensify the flavor. So I'm going to add a little of that. Then I'm going to take a small can of tomato sauce. And I'm going to pour that over, and that's going to combine with the moisture from the vegetables to create a nice sauce.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah, really, really good. Tried this out with my children. They were home visiting from Lexington, and they really...
And they just absolutely hated it, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they really hated it.
Didn't like it at all, I
right.
bet.
It disappeared pretty quick. And we always talk about variations of things that we could do, and they were talking about, well, you didn't really have to have the chicken. It could be a vegetarian dish to do that, or you could do some other types of things with it as well. Now, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of Italian seasoning to make this an Italian thing. Now, you might even think of some other seasonings that you like with this particular dish, but because of the zucchini and what it is now at home, I didn't have Italian seasoning, Barry. And I just added a tablespoon of basil and a tablespoon of oregano and mixed those together. So that was my Italian seasoning.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see now we have a sauce. I've added 4 seasonings. And sometimes you have to watch for a runaway pasta piece.
I think we just had one, but you probably didn't see it on television.
You probably didn't. So just spoon carefully. And like we say, this is already beginning to wilt down some.
Yes.
We're just combining this, and then we're going to put a lid on it.
A lid on it, as they say.
Put a lid on it, yeah. And we're going to let this steam, so we'll get the lid on.
You got it.
And we're going to let this steam. It will take approximately 10 minutes for the vegetables to steam down.
Okay.
And it's ready to eat. Now, I always like, before we actually serve this and plate it up, is to add a little cheese on top.
Okay.
And sprinkle it with Parmesan cheese, about a half a cup, or you can add more if you like a lot of cheese. You know, that's up to you. But you've got a great skillet dinner. This is colorful, it is delicious, okay? And you can see it makes a lot of skillet dinner. So you can feed it for a larger family, or you can have leftovers. It's nice to reheat it in the microwave for lunch or another supper through the summer, and it's just very light. It's very tasty. Serve it up with a salad, and it's a great, great meal, Barry.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. As soon as this finishes cooking, we will put a shot of this on your television screen so you can see the final product for sure. And I know it smells great. I'm sure it probably tastes even better, right?
It's very, very good. Very, very good. And you know, Barry, I talked to you a little bit before we came on the air about how I debated on doing another great recipe that we have called a zucchini boat. And it's where you actually leave your zucchini intact instead of slicing them crosswise. You make one slice lengthwise, and you scoop some of the pulp out so that you make this little bolt. And then where we've added everything together, on the side, you take some breadcrumbs, some marinara sauce, some chicken, and some cheese, and you create this chickeny stuffing that you spoon into the boat and you bake. So the combination of a tomato sauce, be it marinara or tomato sauce like this, along with chicken and the vegetables, that's a great summer combo. It's just wonderful. And we have that recipe available for you as well.
Most certainly. And of course, it's very lightweight too, I would think, right?
Yes. And the reason I chose to do this one rather than that one, because we're leaving the breadcrumbs, and basically we have veggies and chicken here. We have got a low-cal dish, 200 calories in a serving. Now that is wonderful. And even if you double that, you know, if you ate a huge plate, a huge plate.
I've been guilty of that a few times.
Yes, me too. But that's what we're saying. You can indulge in this for less than 500 calories and just have a great, fulfilling, satisfying summer meal. It's really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap things up, we want to make sure that you guys get this recipe. So if you'd like it, it's oh so easy to get. You can first email me at North Central. My email address is barry.hyatt@nctc.com, or simply just go to our website. It's www.nctc.com. It'll be right there for you. You can get this recipe and start cooking immediately. You know, a funny thing too, I'll tell you this. Of course, I work with several people at North Central. A lady that I work with last week, I guess it was, she said, Barry, she said, you guys did that blueberry cream cheese pound cake about a year ago. Can I get that recipe, please? That's why I keep the recipes on file.
You've got your own recipe box at the North Central website, Barry, and I love that too. I love that. Again, we love having that web access, you know, for the television station. Again, if you would like the actual recipe cards, just visit the Extension office. We'd be glad to have you come to Allen County. And you can start your own card collection with all the recipes that we're showing here on North Central.
Most certainly.
It'd be excellent.
Janet, thanks so much for your time today.
Great.
Thank you guys for watching. Take care. We will see you again soon. Have a great rest of your month.